Thank you, Jehovah, Heavenly Father, for everything you do for me. Lord, I ask the Holy Spirit to intercede on my behalf as I read and pray. In Yeshua's precious name I pray. Amen. Friday the 29th. Can you believe it? Here we go. A man of reproofs who hardens his neck suddenly shall be shattered, and naught will be healing. When increases the righteous, rejoice the people, but when rule the wicked, sigh the people. A man who loves wisdom gladdens his father, but a feeder of harlots wastes wealth. A king by justice establishes a land, but a man taking bribes tears it down. A man who flatters on his neighbor, a net spreads for his steps. By transgression, a man evil is a snare, but the righteous sing and rejoice. The righteous knows the plea of the weak, but the wicked not do discern knowledge. Men of scorn puff against a city, but the wise turn away anger. If a man wise disputes with a man foolish, even he shakes or laughs, and is no rest. Men of blood hate the blameless, but the upright seek his soul. All his spirit brings out a fool, but the wise holding back quiets it. A ruler who listens to a word lying, all his ministers are wicked. The poor and a man of injuries meet together. What enlightens the eyes of both of them, Jehovah? A king who judges with truth the weak, his throne forever shall be established. The rod and reproof give wisdom, but a youth sent off causes shame to his mother. When are multiplied the wicked, increases transgression, but the righteous their foe shall see. Correct your son and get you rest, and it will give delight to your soul. Where is no vision, or let loose the people, and the keeper of the law, blessed is he. By words not is corrected a servant, though he discerns, there is no answer. Do you see a man hasty in his words? More hope for a fool than of him. He who pampers from youth his servant, also in his after days shall be he his successor. A man of anger stirs up contention, and a master of fury abounds in transgression. The pride of man brings him low, but the humble of spirit takes hold of honor. He who shares with a thief hates his soul. An oath he hears, but not does tell it. The fear of man brings a snare, but he who trusts in Jehovah is set on high. Many are seeking the face of the ruler, but from Jehovah is the judgment of each man. Is hateful to the righteous a man unjust, and is hateful to the wicked the upright way. Chapter 6, Jeremiah. Take refuge, O sons of Benjamin, from the midst of Jerusalem, and in Tekoa blow the ram's horn, and over Beth Haserem raise a signal. For evil looks down from the north, even a great shattering. The beautiful and delicate one I will destroy, the daughter of Zion. To her shall come the shepherds with their flock. They shall pitch upon her tents all around. They shall feed each man in his hand. Consecrate against her war. Arise and let us go up at noon. Woe to us, for declines the day, for are stretched out the shadows of evening. Arise and let us go up by night and destroy her palaces. For thus has said Jehovah of hosts, cut down her trees and pour against Jerusalem a siege mound. She is the city to be punished. All of her is oppression in her midst. As keeps fresh a cistern its waters, so she keeps fresh her evilness. Violence and destruction are heard in her. Before my face are continually sickness and wounds. Be taught, O Jerusalem, lest be alienated my soul from you, lest I make you a desolation, a land not inhabited. Thus says Jehovah of hosts, thoroughly they will glean as a vine the remnant of Israel. Bring back your hand as a grape gatherer over the tendrils. To whom shall I speak and give warning that they may hear? Behold, is uncircumcised. Their ear, and not they are able to listen. Behold, the word of Jehovah is to them a reproach, not they have delight in it. Therefore, with the wrath of Jehovah I am full. I am tired of holding it in. Pour it out on the child in the street, and on the circle of the young men together. For even the husband and the wife shall be taken, the elder with fullness of days, and will be turned their house to others. Fields and wives together. For I will stretch out my hand against the inhabitants of the land, says Jehovah. For from their least even to their greatest, every one cuts off a prophet. And from the prophet even to the priest, every one deals falsely. Also, they have healed the fracture of my people lightly, saying, peace, peace, when there is no peace. They were ashamed when an abomination they made. Were they ashamed when an abomination they made? Even at all not they were ashamed. Also, to blush not they do know. So they shall fall among those who fall. At the time I punish them, they will be ashamed, says Jehovah. Thus says Jehovah, stand by the ways and see and ask for the paths ancient. Where is the good way? And walk in it, and you will find a rest for your souls. But they said, not we will walk in it. Also I set over you watchmen, saying, listen to the sound of the ram's horn. But they said, not we will listen. Therefore hear, O nations, and know, O congregation, what is coming on them. Hear, O earth, behold, I will bring evil on this people, the fruit of their thoughts. For to my words not they have listened, and my law also they rejected it. Why this to me? Frankincense from Sheba does come, and the cane good from a land far. Your burnt offerings are not for acceptance, and your sacrifices not are pleasing to me. Therefore, thus says Jehovah, behold, I am giving to this people stumbling blocks, and will stumble on them fathers and sons together. Neighbor and his friend shall perish. Thus says Jehovah, behold, a people come from the north country, and a nation great will be stirred up from the remote parts of the earth. Bow and javelin they will lay hold on. Cruel they are, and have no mercy. Their voice like the sea roars, and on horses they ride. Arrayed as a man for the battle against you, O daughter of Zion. We have heard its reports, have dropped our hands. Anguish has seized us, pain like a woman travailing. Not do go out into the fields, or by the way, not do walk, because of the sword of the enemy, and terror from all around. O daughter of my people, put on sackcloth and roll in the ashes. The mourning of an only son make for yourself, mourning of bitterness. For suddenly shall come the destroyer upon us. An assayer, I have set you among my people, and a tester. What that you may know and test their way. All of them are revolters, the rebellious ones, of goers of slander. Bronze and iron are all in them. Corrupters they are. The bellows blow from the fire. When the blow bellows from the fire comes whole the lead. In vain he refines, refining for the evil not is separated silver, refuse they call them, for has rejected Jehovah them. The bellows blow, the lead is consumed from the fire, the refiner refines in vain, for the evil is not separated. Men will call them reprobate silver, for Jehovah has rejected them. Jeremiah chapter 7. The word that came to Jeremiah from Jehovah, saying, Stand in the gate of Jehovah's house, and call out there this word, and say, Hear the word of Jehovah, all Judah, who enter in at these gates, to worship Jehovah. Thus says Jehovah of hosts, the God of Israel, Amend your ways and your doings, and I will let dwell you in this place. Not do trust yourself to words of the lie, saying, The temple of Jehovah, the temple of Jehovah, the temple of Jehovah that is. For if thoroughly you amend your ways and your doings, if indeed you practice justice between a man and his neighbor, if the stranger, the orphan, and the widow, not you do oppress, and innocent blood not you do shed, in this place, or alter, or after other gods, not you do go to hurt your, then I will let dwell you in this place, in the land that I gave to your fathers, from forever even to forever. Behold, you are trusting for yourself upon words of the lie, without being of use. Will you steal, murder, and commit adultery, and swear falsely, and burn incense to Baal, and walk after gods other than that not you know, and then come and stand before me in this house which has been called my name upon it, and say, We are delivered in order to do all abominations those? A den of violent ones has become this house, which has been called my name upon it in your eyes. Even I, behold, have seen, says Jehovah. But go now to my place which was in Shiloh, where I may dwell my name there at the first, and see what I did to it because of the evil of my people Israel. And now, because you have done all these works, says Jehovah, and I spoke to you, rising up early and speaking, but not you did hear, and I called you, but not you did answer. Therefore I will do to the house which has been called my name upon it, which you are trusting in it, and to the place which I gave to you and to your fathers, as I have done in Shiloh. And I will cast away you from my face, as I cast away all your brothers, the whole seed of Ephraim, and you not do pray for this people, and not do lift up for them cry or prayer, and not do intercede with me, for not I do hear you. You not do see what they are doing in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem? The sons gather wood, and the fathers kindle the fire, and the women knead dough to make cakes for the Queen of Heaven, and to pour out drink offerings to other gods, that they may vex me. Me they do vex, says Jehovah. Is it not? Themselves to do the shame of their own faces. Therefore, thus says the Lord Jehovah, behold, my anger and my wrath will be poured out on this place, on man and on animal, and on the trees of the field, and on the fruit of the ground, and it will burn and not be quenched. Thus says Jehovah of hosts, the God of Israel, your burnt offerings add to your sacrifices, and eat flesh, for not I did speak with your fathers, nor command them in the day I brought them out from the land of Egypt about the matters of burnt offerings or sacrifices. But this thing I commanded them, saying, obey my voice, and I will be to you for God, and you will be to me for a people, and walk in all the way that which I have commanded you, so that it may be well with you. But not they did listen, nor incline their ear, but walked in their own plans, in the stubbornness of their own evil heart, and they went backward and not forward, since the day that came out your fathers out of the land of Egypt until that this day I have even sent to you all my servants, the prophets, daily rising up early and sending, yet not they did listen, not they listened to me, nor inclined their ear, but stiffened their neck. They did even more than their fathers. So you shall speak to them all these words, but not they will listen to you, and you will call to them, but not they will answer you. But you shall say to them, this is the nation which not does obey the voice of Jehovah their God, nor receive instruction, has perished truth, and it is cut off from their mouth. Cut off your crown and throw it away, and take up on the heights a dirge. For has rejected Jehovah and forsaken the generation of his wrath, for have done the sons of Judah evil in my eyes, says Jehovah. They have set their abominable idols in the house which has been called upon my name on it, which has been called my name upon it, to defile it. They have built the high places of Tophets, which is in the valley of the son of Hinnom, to burn their sons and their daughters in the fire, which not I did command, nor did it come into my heart. Therefore, behold, the days come, says Jehovah, that not it will be called still Tophet, or the valley of the son of Hinnom, but valley of the slaughter, for they will bury in Tophet from lack of a place, and will be the bodies of this people food for the birds of the sky and for the beasts of the earth, and none will frighten away. Then I will make cease from the cities of Judah and from the streets of Jerusalem the voice of gladness, and the voice of joy, and the voice of bridegroom, and the voice of bride, for a waste will become the land. Thank you, Jehovah, Heavenly Father, for everything you do for me. Lord, these are heavy words that you bring with me, and well, Lord, there they are. Heavenly Father, I lift up my mom, my dad, Peggy, Victor, Demario, and my brother, his family, Mrs. Ravel, and her family, and Lord, forgive me where I fall short. Be with the ones that I love, and anyways, thank you so much for what you do for me. In Yeshua's precious name I pray. Amen.